Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this tax day, Wednesday, April 15th. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office is asking for public assistance to identify a person who was at Highlander Golf Course when a burglary alarm went off. 5 contestants over 55 years of age faced off last night in the second annual Granny Apple Pageant hosted by Colonial Vista Senior Living. Expect another cool, breezy day tomorrow with a nice warm-up heading into the weekend. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. The adult family home for special needs clients operated by Tierra Learning Center in Leavenworth is under local and state investigation after the manager of the home allegedly failed to report sexual contact among residents. The Chelan County Sheriff's Office and the State Department of Social and Health Services are actively investigating the matter. DSHS has put a stop placement order on the Coyote House adult family home, meaning it's not allowed to admit new residents and is now under an interim manager. Matthew Woods, who was manager of the Coyote House, was arrested on April 9th on suspicion of failure to report and fourth-degree criminal mistreatment. Woods is not accused of any sexual misconduct. The Chelan County Prosecutor's Office has not filed any charges as of Wednesday. Michi White, Tierra Learning Center's executive director, was placed on administrative leave when the board learned of the allegations, and on Tuesday she was dismissed. In a statement, board president Susan Albert said, quote, "The board believes we did not receive the unvarnished facts in a timely manner." The murder trial of a Wenatchee man has entered its 4th week in Phoenix, Arizona, where George W. Crater Jr. is accused of fatally beating and torturing a tenant in his vacation home who fell behind on rent. 70-year-old Thomas Galatola died in November, several days after Crater allegedly flew from Wenatchee to Phoenix, tied Galatola up, bludgeoned him, and cut him with a knife. Jurors on Monday heard from medical examiner Derek Baumgardner, who examined Galatola's body after his death. Last week, the key witness was Crater's former supervisor at the Chelan County Public Works Road Department, Keith Newberry, who described a photograph that George Crater texted to him after allegedly assaulting Galatola.
So, do you recognize what you have in front of you, Mr. Newberry?
Yes.
What is it?
The same picture George sent me.
Is that the photograph that you received on October 27th of 2024?
Yes.
Approximately when was this sent to you? During the first phone call, second phone call, after the 2 phone calls on the 27th, if you know?
A few minutes after the first phone call.
Okay. And I think you also mentioned that George made some statements. What were the specific statements that George made about this particular photograph?
Well, specific statements were in text.
And what did that text message say?
Well, it has the F word in it, so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say that in here.
If that's what the text said, you can say it.
It says I'm
Okay. What was your reaction to receiving this photograph?
Oh, I was shocked, and then, after I looked at it a little bit longer, obviously the victim had been on his knees at one point with the blood running down his back, so I wasn't sure. Obviously, something hit him awfully hard to cause that.
Was it after you received this photograph that you called the Wenatchee Police Department?
Yes.
The Wenatchee School District's Restructuring Committee presented proposals to the school board on Tuesday aimed at improving efficiency, addressing enrollment, and meeting community needs. 2 committee representatives, Amy Jennings and Reuben Hart, showcased 4 ideas to the board, which include transforming Lewis and Clark Elementary into a choice-only school for its dual language program, partnering with local preschools for early learning services, and adjusting district boundaries to balance enrollment across schools. Moving forward, the committee will seek community feedback and continue refining its recommendations for the district. The Douglas County Sheriff's Office is asking for public assistance to identify a person who was at Highlander Golf Course when a burglary alarm went off. Sheriff deputies responded to the alarm at Highlander shortly after 5:30 a.m. back on April 5th. Security cameras caught photos of a person who was in the area at the time. The Sheriff's Office has released the photos to the public in an attempt to identify the person pictured, but does not name him as a suspect of a crime. Anyone with information is asked to contact Douglas County Deputy Troutman at 509-888-6831. When we come back, a Wenatchee Valley nonprofit that represents the interests of foster care children in local courts has seen a 20% cut in its contract with Chelan County, and the Colville Confederated Tribes is accepting name suggestions for the newly built Omak District Health Center. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
When life gets stressful, reaching for a vape might seem like a quick fix, but vaping can actually make feelings of anxiety and depression worse. Each time you vape, nicotine tricks your brain into feeling rewarded. And the more you vape, the more nicotine receptors your brain creates. Over time, your body needs more and more nicotine to feel good. And when you can't get enough, you can experience withdrawal symptoms like anxiety, mood swings, and depression. Learn more at chooseyouwa.org.
Click and RV Moses Lake Superstore has gone mad with huge discounts on a huge selection of top brand RVs, which means the lowest prices, factory incentives, and rebates.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Shop online and find the floor plan you liked and build it, price it, and click it. Or come to the Moses Lake Superstore. From travel trailers to fifth wheels, toy haulers to motorhomes. The huge RV discount prices are here. Get a better RV and the lowest price guarantee only at Click It RV Moses Lake or clickitRV.com.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
High school sports is back. Join us all spring for live coverage of Wenatchee and Eastmont soccer, baseball, and softball. Brought to you by our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. Coverage also sponsored by Global Car Care, the Highlander Golf and Grill, Apple Valley Honda, Sangster Motors, Valley Tractor, Save Mart, Caldwell Banker, Biosports Physical Therapy, and Dick's Heating and Air. Your home for high school sports, as always, is the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
5 contestants over 55 years of age faced off last night in the second annual Granny Apple Pageant hosted by Colonial Vista Senior Living. The pageant is one component in the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival, which opens April 23rd. The Apple Blossom Royal Court was on hand as the candidates were judged on speeches, a talent showcase, and a ball gown presentation. By the end of the pageant, Aditha Faraglia was crowned Granny Apple Queen with Princesses Connie Roberson and Stephanie Hills. The members of the senior court will ride in the Apple Blossom Grand Parade on May 2nd. A Wenatchee Valley nonprofit that represents the interests of foster care children in local courts has seen a 20% cut in its contract with Chelan County. The Chelan Douglas CASA program trains volunteers advocate for children in the foster care system. Chelan County commissioners approved the reduction in the county's contribution as part of their budget this year. The nonprofit feels that the nearly $20,000 cut disproportionately impacts its work. Lisa Melvin, the nonprofit's executive director, said CASA is searching for additional private funding and will not use its reserves to offset the county's budget decisions. The Colville Confederated Tribes is accepting name suggestions for the newly built Omak District Health Center. Construction of the $18.5 million clinic wrapped up in August, and according to the Tribal Tribune, it will offer primary care, dental, vision, and other medical services. Criteria to submit a name requires some background information, like meaning of a word if it has tribal origins or the story behind a name that's suggested. The deadline to submit a name idea is April 27th. The selection will be determined by a voting process though a date of the vote has not been set. More information on how to submit can be found on the NCWLIFE website. Coming up next, last night we showed you around the new offices of the Chelan County Coroner. In tonight's feature story, we introduced you to Deputy Coroner Faye Fetters. A freeze warning is in place overnight tonight and once again overnight Thursday. I'll have all your local weather details, and Cade Calvin will be in with a look at area sports as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
For over 35 years, the Sangster family has been not only representing GMC, but the entire community.
As one of the few family-owned dealerships in Washington, you can count on our personal integrity, which has spanned over 3 generations, to ensure your satisfaction.
Sangster Motors stands behind everything we sell, from GMC professional-grade products and service from a professional-grade dealership.
Remember, caring about your family is what brings you back to ours.
Community is more than just a place. It's the people, stories, and connections we share. At the Wenatchee World, we're your neighbors, your storytellers, and your trusted voice. From uncovering the issues that matter most to celebrating the moments that bring us together. We deliver the stories that keep the community moving forward. The Wenatchee World, your community voice, here every day.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
Yesterday, we showed you around the new offices of the Chelan County Coroner. Earl Crow has held the position of coroner since late last year. Around the same time, he also got a new chief deputy coroner. Faye Fetters has traveled a long way to join the Chelan County team. In tonight's feature story, we spoke with Faye about the career path that wound up in the Wenatchee Valley.
So I have a bachelor's degree from Florida State in crime scene investigation. While completing that degree, I met Riley Hall, who is now the chief deputy coroner for Douglas County across the river. So Riley and I kept in contact. I worked in crime analytics and data analytics for a couple years. And then when this job that I currently have opened up, Riley told me about it and I was able to apply and get interviewed, and thankfully I made it through that process and was able to accept the offer. I'm working on completing my master's degree in arson and explosive investigation through Oklahoma State, and then I've also taken a couple courses outside of those. When I was completing my undergraduate degree, we were actually able to tour a medical examiner's office. So I was able to speak with some of the investigators, and my professional background on top of data analytics was insurance investigation, fraud investigation for a couple years. So I felt like I had the right skill set for the job. And also too, it's an important position, and I think it's a very difficult job to do. So having the right skills and also the right temperament for it, I felt it was something that I could at least give a shot at. And so far it's working out really well, I think. But yeah, I just like, I like solving puzzles and I like helping people, and this job allows me to do both. And I think every case sticks with you to various extents. We've definitely had a couple where maybe they mirrored things that have happened in my personal life or my friends' personal lives. So those are always maybe a little bit more difficult to do, but the satisfaction from being able to help families in every case definitely makes the job worth it. And that's something myself and Earl as well try to explain to families is if they ask a question and we don't have the answer, we try to explain why that is, whether it's we're waiting for toxicology results or we still need to complete pieces of our investigation. And there's also things that unfortunately just will remain unknown. So when those times do come up, we try to communicate that as best we can. I mean, I've worked jobs where my degrees didn't apply, like I said before, crime analytics and data analytics as well. And then I think just kind of, again, building up that skill set of investigation and asking questions like, why does this data set look the way it does? Or, you know, I'm seeing this pattern, like, why is that happening? So my route, I would say, definitely isn't as straightforward as some people's, where they get a degree in something and then immediately they're able to work in that field. But I think because of the path I took, it allowed me to build up other skills before I took this position. So it's worked out well. It can help from the standpoint of I moved around a lot, so I've been exposed to a couple different cultures, which has been really nice to be able to ask questions where maybe to me something seems abnormal, but in the context of a specific case, maybe it makes a little bit more sense. And then my data analytics skills are coming into play because I'm working with our IT department to update our website, and then Earl and myself are working on our first annual report, which we're hoping to release soon. Probably doing notifications for next of kin. I think that's always going to be one of the more difficult parts because we have the job and I would say the honor to communicate to family members and loved ones that their family member has passed away. So being able to see Earl do such a great job at that and learn from his example, and also talk to the Chelan County Sheriff's Office Behavioral Health Unit on kind of how they approach things like that, because these people are in trauma and in crisis. But again, being able to handle that situation with the respect and delicacy that it requires is, I think, one of the more interesting portions of the position.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a good Wednesday. It was awfully cool out there for this time of year, that's for sure, and a little bit breezy as we look up at Lake Wenatchee. Even some low-hanging clouds up that way with a few scattered showers, and yes, some flakes falling in our higher elevations, but you can see the trees around Lake Wenatchee in our upper elevations. It was a bit breezy out there today, as I mentioned, and cool, but boy, are we going to get cool overnight tonight, and once again tomorrow night. There is now a freeze warning in effect, and that goes into effect overnight at 2 a.m. It'll run until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. Then we'll have the same scenario once again overnight on Thursday. And if you have any flowers that you planted a little bit early, maybe some vegetation with some shrubs, might want to cover them over the next couple of nights, because we are going to be right there at that freezing mark, and we'll get to that in a second. High temperature today, it was below normal, 54 unofficially today. That's 8 degrees now below where we should be. 62 is our high temperature, our normal high for this time of year. 77 our record high, and that was set last year, and I'm sure I was probably on the golf course somewhere late in the day last year. 39 our low this morning, and that's pretty much right in line with where we should be for this time of year at 40 degrees. Our record cold, 23, and that was set in 2022. do. We did have that little shower activity in our early morning hours, only brought us 1/100th of an inch of rain. That gets us to 2.14 inches since January 1st, and we're 67/100ths below where we should be. Sunrise this morning, 6:12, and it sets tonight at 10 minutes to 8. All right, checking our temperatures as we get you into Thursday. Things will begin to moderate as we get into the end of the week. Almost 60 for Moses Lake and Ephrata tomorrow at 58, 57 in Quincy, 55s for Wenatchee, Eniat, and Chelan, 53 in Leavenworth, and 54 the high temperature tomorrow for you folks in Kashmir. All right, tonight we do expect partly cloudy to mostly clear skies tonight. Still could be a little bit breezy in places overnight tonight, and it is going to get cold with that strong northwesterly flow. Lows tonight right at the freezing mark here in the Wenatchee area. For Thursday, mostly sunny skies. High pressure moves into our weather picture as we get into Thursday, although we'll still be under that northwesterly flow that'll keep us cool. High temperatures tomorrow in the mid-50s with more breezy conditions in the afternoon. And then by Friday, things really start to get nice. Sunny skies. In fact, almost all of Washington will enjoy that. Warmer temperatures with highs back to normal around 60 degrees on Friday. And then as we get you into the upcoming weekend on Saturday, partly cloudy skies. You'll see that clouds right there in the center of your screen. High temperatures warmer on Saturday with temperatures in the mid-60s. We're getting into more of a southwesterly flow now. And on Sunday, that's where the real warm-up begins. Partly cloudy and warmer. Looks like a fantastic way to end our weekend. High temperatures in the low 70s should be a beauty. And then on Monday, look at this. Clear skies all the way back into the Dakotas. We will see beautiful weather to start off our next work week with high temperatures in the mid to even, yes, upper 70s to around 80 degrees on Monday. For your Tuesday, as we get into the end of the forecast, just beautiful weather. Mostly sunny skies, still warm with high temperatures on Tuesday in the mid-70s. All right, time now for your 7-day forecast, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. Mostly sunny for your Thursday and a little bit breezy, 55 degrees. But once again, freeze warning in place overnight tonight and once again into Thursday. 60 and sunny on Friday with partly cloudy skies this weekend. Look at that temperature on Sunday at 71, and we are going up from there. Sunny skies for Monday and Tuesday with high temperatures then in the mid to upper 70s. And that's a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Cade Calvin and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in North Central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Welcome back in, sports fans. Cade Calvin here. The Eastmont Wildcats put on an offensive clinic on the soccer pitch. We've got highlights from a dominant win over Moses Lake. Goals were not hard to come by for the home team in Tuesday night's matchup against the Moses Lake Mavericks. Eastmont's offense was firing on all cylinders, with two different Wildcats recording hat tricks. One of them, team captain Aaron Leon.
Definitely a confidence booster. I would like to say all those goals are from the team. Each and every one of them, they work hard to get me to my 3 goals and couldn't ask for more.
The Wildcats were just as strong on the other end, the defense locking in and allowing just one score before the break. Leon also gave credit to his teammates, including fellow hat trick scorer Angel Ortega and the depth off the bench.
Nothing's new for them. People have been playing since they were little kids, and the time comes, they show their moments. And also another guy got 3 goals, so proud for them, proud of him too.
Oh, who is that? Shout him out.
Angel Ortega.
Angel Ortega.
Yeah.
3 goals. What number is
3
he?
goals. Number 9.
Eastmont took a 3-1 lead into halftime, and from there, they never looked back. The Wildcats kept the pressure up in the second half, pulling away for a 7-1 win. Leon says the focus now is to keep that momentum rolling.
We like to work, keep working, and pray it goes the same way against Ike on Friday.
Eastmont will look to stay hot when they host the Eisenhower Cadets Friday night at 7 p.m. And other soccer action from around the area. The Wenatchee Panthers improved to 8-2 on the season after a 3-1 victory over Sunnyside. Cashmere stays red hot. They beat Notches Valley 3-1 to improve to 9-1-1. Cascade beats Brewster 2-1 in a good one. Omak runs into a buzzsaw against Royal 9-1 is that final. Big oofs. And the Quincy Jackrabbits shut out the Prosser Mustangs 3-0. All right, and in baseball action, Wenatchee gets a very solid road dub, defeating Moses Lake 3-2 in Big 9 conference play. Omak beats the brakes off of Cascade 19-0. My goodness, look away, Kodiak fans. Quincy gets the win over Othello, 3-2 is your final there. And Chelan sweeps Brewster in a doubleheader, 8-0 and 10-3. And in softball action, Chelan puts a whooping on Okanagan, 36-6. Incredible score there. And Cascade handles Omak 16-1 in Caribou Trail League action. And over in Major League Baseball, the MLB is honoring Jackie Robinson with every player, coach, and umpire wearing number 42. The tradition marks the anniversary of Robinson breaking baseball's color barrier in 1947. Robinson went on to become a Rookie of the Year, a 6-time All-Star, and the 1949 League MVP. In Los Angeles, the LA Dodgers and New York Mets will hold a joint ceremony at Robinson's statue outside Dodger Stadium. 2 of Robinson's granddaughters are expected to attend, along with students from the Jackie Robinson Foundation. Meanwhile, Major League Baseball says the percentage of black players has seen a slight increase this season, rising to nearly 7% on opening day rosters. Alrighty, that's a look at sports. Reporting from Wenatchee, Cade Calvin, NCWLIFE.
A new edition of the Wenatchee World is en route to your mailbox. Here's what to expect on Thursday from the Wenatchee Valley's local newspaper.
All right, in the next edition of the Wenatchee World, the Chelan Douglas CASA, which advocates for foster kids, is grappling with cuts to one of its contracts. The Wenatchee School Board is considering ways to restructure its operations. On the table is a potential for new district boundaries. In sports, the Chelan boys soccer lost a close one to Tenasket, and the Wenatchee Wild's annual jersey auction begins Thursday at noon. Read all that and more at WenatcheeWorld.com.
And that will do it for this Tax Day edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. Remember, if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us and have a great night.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.
It's time for BC Outdoor Sport Fishing TV, Season 16, with your host, Mike Mitchell.
Hey everyone, Fletcher and Amy Ellington here from Live It Up. In the investment world, ROI stands for Return on Investment. Well, how does better health, better wealth, and better relationships sound for ROI? Join us every week right here on NCWLIFE and learn how to invest in the most important asset, you.
We're going to answer your questions and provide some weekly inspiration so you can create a life that you love. Join us on Live It Up.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota Equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. With professional grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Tune in Monday through Friday at 5, 6, and 10 for the NCW Life Evening News, or go to our website at ncwlife.com, or you can visit us on Facebook. North Central Washington, the NCW Life channel has you covered.